How did I get to be a bus driver? My dad was a bus driver. He was really proud of being a bus driver.
In addition to driving a bus, like his dad, Russ Fisher is also a dedicated riders advocate. He founded a group called Transportation Justice for Franklin County. The group works to expand the bus service in the region and also to give bus riders a place to talk about their concerns. For his efforts, the local sustainability group Greening Greenfield has named him their December Green Hero.
People have been riding my bus for 10 years now, asking for a weekend service, and it occurred to me that there hasn't been any voice for public transportation in Western Mass, and I thought that might be the reason why we don't have a weekend service, is because nobody's speaking up.
Greening Greenfield chose Russ Fisher because he has really revitalized the interest in the region in transportation, and in public transportation very specifically, and has brought together a whole lot of people to begin to really think through what's needed to make our public transportation system work for folks.
He decided there needed to be an organization to support the riders' needs, and he realized that the riders, even in community surveys that are being done by the FERCOG and MassDOT, the community surveys that have been implemented in order to study the needs for ridership, many of those who need the buses are not in places where they can be interviewed.
We started it with a Facebook group, and just, you know, to try to reach out and you know, make people aware there was a need for more funding of public transportation. Our first plan of action was to gather petitions for weekend service. So we hit the streets, we hit the community, the fall harvest dinner. We actually gathered probably about 700 signatures there. We gathered at least another 500 signatures online supporting weekend service, and we presented this to different legislators and to FRTA.
I think there are some services that we do very well in Franklin County. Greenfield, Turner's Falls, we do very well. The buses to Northampton are always full, always chock-a-block. And so it's the other smaller towns where we need to provide we don't have weekend service anywhere.
Senator Downing and Representative Paul Mark and myself and the Commissioner of Human Rights in Greenfield, Penny Ricketts, and we all had a meeting at FRTA where they pledged support to try to get more funding for public transportation. And so, you know, they pledged their support to try to do something. But I think it's up to the community to voice their opinion, to either call their representatives or call FRTA or ride the bus. We've taken, whatever we can get for positive suggestions and improvements that could be done to the system, and we put them together, and I think there was a 25-point list that we came up with over the period of about a year and a half, and we took them to the TAC meeting, and I think Franklin Regional Council of Governments is a big participant in the TAC meetings, and it looked like they really paid attention to what we put together, and I think it was a really good way to bring it to them, because everything that we brought forward to has been addressed in one form or another except for weekend service. I think there are things that are happening that resulted from what we voiced. I'd like to think that, our voice was heard.